got a new game coming up sometime in the near future. It's not been announced when it's going to be released or what game system is going to be on, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is supposed to be released sometime in the near future, whether it be this year or in 2022. Hopefully it's going to be this year, and it's supposed to be a spiritual successor to Turtles in Time, which came out back in 1991, and I believe it initially appeared in arcade centers before it was released for Super Nintendo, and the arcade version allowed up to 4 players in a particular game, and the SNES version only allowed 2 players. Luckily, this game will allow up to 4 players at home in terms of local multiplayer, and I think this is something that's going to be a huge attraction, just based on the visuals and based on the trailer that was presented. This game looked like it's going to be a blast, and it's something that longtime fans of the Ninja Turtles series will definitely enjoy. It should be noted that the people who are developing this game, it turns out that they are actually Canadian, and pretty much they're like the founders of Tribute Games, which basically worked on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which came out back in 2010, it came out shortly after the movie, and pretty much the game's going to be published by Dotemu, the same publisher that published Streets of Rage 4, which came out in 2020, which is, the series is another classic that was very popular in the early 90s. Now, as far as this game is concerned, it has a pretty basic plot, and it sees the return of various familiar faces. You have the Turtles in the game. You have Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo. You also have returning villains such as Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, and Shredder and all that. So this is pretty cool, and players will be able to venture through various stages, and I guess they'll be going through New York City all the way through Dimension X. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of familiar stages and a lot of familiar characters that we have seen, along with the foot soldiers and all that. So I'm pretty sure this game is one that's going to appeal to a lot of people. I also heard that it's supposed to be another movie, like a CGI based movie for Ninja Turtles. It's supposed to be coming out sometime in the future. I don't think it's this year. It probably will be next year or the year after, but we'll just have to wait and see. But as far as whether or not this game will be a huge attraction, I'm pretty sure that this game will be a bigger attraction than all the other games that came out from the Ninja Turtle series between Turtles in Time and what we're about to get here. Because I remember back in the early 2000s, I remember in 2003, there was a reboot of the series, and I remember the animated series had a reboot in 2003, and then there was a game, and the game wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty decent, but it wasn't quite as good as Turtles in Time from 91. The sequels that appeared in the mid-2000s in terms of video games for Ninja Turtles, those games were forgettable. I remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game from 2007. That one was actually, pretty decent depending on who you ask, but just about every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that has come out since 1991, basically I don't know, it hasn't been quite the same, because a lot of people would argue that in terms of popularity, the TMNT series pretty much peaked in the late 80s and the early 90s, despite the fact that the series is still iconic and a lot of people still love Ninja Turtles to this very day. So as far as this upcoming game is concerned in relation to Shredder's Revenge, hopefully we'll learn more information about this game as time progresses, and hopefully the game will be released sometime before the year ends.